Chocolate. It is different in all parts of the world, but what makes Bali chocolate different?
There are actually only 2 factories on Bali that are single origin. That means from tree to the bar, everything is done in Bali. They don't import from Africa like a lot of other companies, or from other islands.
Yes, and today we're going to take you inside one of those factories, talking to a chocolatier from England also to see really what is the difference.
That is today's deeper understanding for our video. What makes Bali chocolate different?
Now keep in mind, if you see a bar of chocolate and it says made in Bali, it doesn't necessarily mean that all the ingredients are from the island. If a company is making chocolate using imported ingredients, but it's made here, it can be classified as Bali chocolate.
We're using Cau Chocolates as our inspiration, as our place of business. We did a lot of research on which chocolate company to go with while we're in Bali, which ones we really wanted to see, how they produce their stuff, and these guys have no bad reputation with their farmers. They're very hands-on. They support the young people trying to learn about chocolate and the locals in this area. If you are going to do a chocolate tour in Bali, you should know that there are some companies that have bad reputations, so please look into it before you go. Alright, I'll stop blabbing. Let's go learn about some chocolate.
Almost old to
We don't know what flavors we're playing with at the moment. We're only just learning there are different flavors, and so we're not quite at the stage where we're going, well, Balinese chocolate goes really well with this and Peruvian goes really well with that. We're not quite there yet, but you know, one day we could be. That could be where we go, and you start to, because flavor pairings bring such joy to life. With cocoa beans, it's a lot like wine or coffee. You can get your standard stuff, which is often blended and, you know, instant rubbish or whatever, and it's good and it does its job. But we're now in a time in the chocolate industry and the chocolate manufacturing world where people are becoming more aware of the depth that can come out of chocolate and the depth in cocoa itself and the variations, because people are learning to taste the difference between a cocoa from Ghana, a cocoa from Ecuador, a cocoa from Peru, and Bali has its own flavor.
Here we still do by a traditional way. So what we need is bamboo basket like this. We need also banana leaves. Of course, the cacao beans. So what we do is put the whole beans inside this and just leave it for 5 days.
These beans and these plants are exposed to different fertilizers, different growing conditions, particularly humidity.
Because Cau Chocolates is a completely organic chocolate, but their pods keep getting eaten by flies, so they don't want to use pesticides because they can't. So they make a non-chemical pesticide repellent. It includes sunflowers, ginger, and lemongrass. Keeps the flies away.
To make sure all of our material is using only organic cacao. 8 farmers cooperate with us to supply the material of organic chocolate.
Cau is the name of our area here, the name of our sub-village. But we know Indonesia is the 3rd country to produce the cocoa bean. Most of the younger people right now don't want to become farmers. Maybe they want to take a job not in the village, but they go to the city and find the job like tourism sector. I would like to teach them, most of our employees is young.
Even more as to where the bean is made, but who made it? Who chose the fermentation process? Who roasted it? It's about having someone who knows how to bring out the flavor of that bean. And really here, they've done a great start. It's, you know, they're organic, they are growing their trees, not sort of a 20-minute walk from where they're making their chocolate. Yeah, here is a great representation of the beginnings of a true Balinese style.
After we spoke to the other customers who had been tasting the cacao pods coming from the local trees, we all came to the conclusion that the bitterness that is usually there after a cacao pod has been roasted wasn't. It was very airy and like milk had already been added to the pods. Bali definitely has a unique flavor coming into their pods. The humidity, the rain, it's unique. And personally, we are very excited to go to Africa one day and taste their pods, Peru and taste their pods, and talk about the different unique qualities of each individual chocolate from all of these countries around the world.
I feel like I had a pretty decent understanding to the chocolate making process, but this trip and this tour today definitely made me realize that I didn't really know that much.
And now we are going to become total chocolate freaks. We're always going to be looking at the back of packages, and we hope you are too. Taste your chocolate a little differently tonight. We hope you do. And please subscribe, guys. If you like this video, share it. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Everyone loves chocolate. Share this video like you've never shared anything before, okay?
If you love chocolate,
You will share this video.